Okay. Last time we finished the nasty dungeon, and we're just carrying around a nuclear bomb in our pockets for giggles. And with that, we're going to head into this next world, of course. Before we do that, though, let's do the thing we've been doing. Background. What? Not that. There we go. Only one more background to try. This is the final background. We got some modern artwork. I think this is newer artwork of the characters from the Final Fantasy Legend games. It's not as eye-searing as the yellow. So this is our last background to look at. And with that, we are going into another world. But isn't this strange? There's no bridge to the right. Usually there's a bridge over to the right where the next world is going to be, but not this time. This time there's only one way to go. And with that, we are walking on the clouds. But why are we walking on these clouds? And we're being attacked by, well, as usual, by monsters. However, I think that these monsters are not as high level as the monsters from the lower levels of the Nasty Dungeon, so I don't think I want to eat any meat here. From this strange cloud palace that we have found. Well, we want to get to the other side. Only way to do that is go through the palace. And we hear some familiar music as we step into the palace. We got Defend. Have not been using Defend. But, you know, we can sell it for good money. Dinosaur, get out of here, dinosaur. What monster do we have? We have Fire Moth, right? Right. It's not bad. It does have flame poison. Oh, that's right. That was the big reason we wanted Fire Moth. Because enemies cannot ambush us as long as we have warning. That was the reason. I just needed to remind myself of that. We got the Wizard Staff. Remember in the Nasty Dungeon, we got ambushed a few times. Until Randy turned into a fire moth. But if I eat any of these meats, Randy will go down. I mean, a level. Like, his monster form will not be as good if we eat any of this meat, is what I'm saying. It's what I mean to say. You know, we know... Just, an idea. We've never really actually seen, like, Randy in the lead in his monster forms. So now we just have this moth wandering around. Sad. It's a sad moth. Just looking around, trying to find his way. Oh, I'm out of room in my inventory. Let's have a look at what we have. What can I drop? Well, I can drop a headbutt. I don't need a headbutt. We can just get rid of that. We got a dragon helm. I don't need a dragon helm, though. I could sell it, but I don't think I need that. Considering that, Kevin is wearing the parasuit, and he can't wear any other armor pieces as long as he's wearing the parasuit. I need to get rid of something else if I'm going to pick up a new item. Well, you know, I can... Hopefully I won't need the eye drops, but we can easily buy them from a store if we need them. We got a rune axe. So a rune axe is not as... We have the Gungnir on Kevin, I believe. The rune axe is a strength-based weapon. Yeah, we have Muramas, we have Gungnir. So, really no need for that rune axe, I don't think. just pillaging this palace. Now, you may notice I have a few elixirs and some tents. I really don't want to get rid of those. I would really like to keep those. Actually, I have the hyper here. Maybe I should just end up equipping that. What should I replace on Eriko? Let's replace the headbutt with the hyper. Lowers the agility a little bit, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. So remember, the hyper is something that can erase enemies. It doesn't work on bosses, but if we run into a fight where there are some normal enemies that I want to erase, I could use that. Oh, right, that's correct. Because in the items, hyper would have been replaced with headbutt, and I can get rid of headbutt. We got Flare Spell, which is a very powerful spell. I think we've talked about that. What do I have on Michelle right now? I have the Psy Gun, which is very good. Flare would do more damage, though, to every enemy than Psy is able to do, I think. The Arthur Armor, the Heal Staff, Hecate Boots. For the time being, why don't I replace the Psy Gun with Flare? But we still don't really know where we are or what we're doing here. Actually, we never actually looked at our prism. We always look at our prism when we go into a new world. How many magi are even here? There are 8. There's quite a few magi in this world. So there are 8, and we have 68. So that means once we get all this magi, we will have 76 out of 77. But we haven't met anyone yet. No characters to introduce us to this world, wherever this is. But the music is familiar, so maybe we might recognize this place. A door. And this is a gentleman that we have met before. So Odin has been resurrecting us every time we've died, with the promise that we have to fight him someday. I should probably save my game. Let's see. We have... So Randy has Flame. Eriko has the Cat Claw, Tank, Hyper. Michelle has Flare. Kevin has the Gungnir and Samurai. And, let's see. What order do I want this in? Randy would probably do the least damage of the weapons and spells everyone has, so maybe it's good if I just leave him in front. Maybe. Let me check something. Randy has Aegis. Never used Aegis, but if we use it, I should probably use it in the first round, because I think if we do that, then for the entire fight we will have defense against elemental attacks, and Odin does have a thunder spell. It's not the only thing he has, but that would help with that. So, okay. Let's do this thing. I was waiting for you, Randy. Do you remember our promise? Fight with me! Tell me, why do we have to fight with you? I will tell you if you can win. Now come! If we beat you, we won't be able to revive anymore, right? We can't do that! Ha ha! You think you can defeat me? Come! Alright, time for us to make good on our deal. He's been resurrecting us, so we have to fight him. Randy. Alright. We can use the Aegis. We'll see how that works. Eriko. Okay, Odin has help. He has support. He has Sleipnir and Odin Crow. Odin is a boss, but those other two are not. So I'm going to use Hyper. I don't remember if this works, but if it does, it will erase his support monsters. And then Michelle, we're going to use Flare. And Kevin is going to use Odin's own spear, the Gungnir, on Odin. Let's see how it goes. Hypered! We erased his support monsters. Okay, Aegis is used. Barrier covers the party. He uses Gungnir against us, which does big damage. But we use Gungnir back. Flare. That's a lot of damage. Okay, Randy is still alive. He's still up. He's going to use Flame. Ergo is going to go back to the old Cat Claw. Let's try using Cure on Randy. See if we can just keep him alive. Gungnir again. Okay, yes, Aegis will protect us against that. That was a good round. Use Flame again. Cat Claw. Flare. Gungnir. Gungnir back to us. And that's it. Receive power, speed, mana, fire, ice, thunder, poison, mass immune. Very well done, Randy. I have been here too long. My last wish was to fight with the best and greatest warriors ever. Now my wish has been granted. Odin! Oh, I'm so at ease that I feel like I'm with my dear people. Keep in mind, now that I am leaving, you must go and fight all by yourselves. Farewell. And so, Odin is dead. And yeah, that means that if we lose a fight, we can't resurrect. We will just go straight to the title screen. Let's save a game. So, if you've been relying on Odin resurrecting you, well, difficulty has just escalated. Anyway, that fight can be much harder. That basically went as well as it possibly could have. So this is Valhalla Palace that we now know. Oh, and we can use our Magi just to confirm that there are 0 Magi left. We got everything, because Odin had them all. He also dropped this, the Mass Immune. So Mass Immune is a Magi that is, well, if you use it, it acts as a sword. I don't think I really have a reason to use it, but if we wanted to use it, it's like a sword attack. Oh, no, wrong button. So we used Hyper to wipe out Sleipnir and Odin Crow. We used Aegis to block Odin's lightning attack. And then just did big old damage on him. And that was it. That was all she wrote for Odin. And hold on, let's think about that. So, Odin's dead, Ashura's dead, Venus is dead, Magnate is dead. The only new god we know of left is Apollo, and Apollo's our friend. So, things seem like they're going well. And we also have 76 Magi, as it says in the lower right. There's only one left in all the worlds, and then we will have them all. Which is probably a good thing. It's what we're trying to do, right? They're trying hard to stop us from leaving Valhalla, but they cannot. Valhalla is a short world. Really, the main thing here is just the Odin fight. And there's another tower here to take us back to the celestial world. And with that, we have finished yet another world. Did we write any memos down? No, the last memo was about Edo. Don't think there's anything new here. Doesn't seem like it. Let's just go through them just to make sure. Nothing here about Valhalla or Odin. Alright, so I'm gonna save a game. And, that was a very short world. But that was yet another world done. Valhalla is done. Odin is dead. We are missing only one piece of the Magi. And what happens after that? What happens when we get that? Well, we don't actually have a goal. We've just been saying that we're going to collect all 77 pieces for Dad's sake. It's what Dad would have wanted. And then, protect them, I guess. Like the Guardians wanted to do. But that is yet another world done, as we continue through Final Fantasy Legend 2. And we will continue on to move on to whatever the next world might be, to find the final Magi as we continue.